Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, all of them Biafrans, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind. Happy New Year 2025. Thank God we made it. We all really made it. And glory be to Almighty Chukwuka Biama. And I'm here to say, welcome you all to this episode. Nigeria government is at it again. Yet others are doing a New Year resolution to enter the New Year, to stop lying, to stop propaganda. Now they have come out with another propaganda, telling the whole world, or rather their gullible Nigerian citizens, that they have submitted a extradition request to Finland for Simon Ekpa. In other words, they want Finnish government to extradite the Prime Minister of United States of Biafra, which is Simon Ekpa Njoko. To you listening to me or hearing this news for the first time in this 2025, what do you think? Do you think it is possible? Simon Ekpa, as far as I know, according to the information from those living in Finland, is bringing to us, Simon Ekpa is not under custody. Simon Ekpa, the only thing that happened to Simon Ekpa, he was restricted from anything that got to do with internet, just like what they did to Dere Farotimi. Said Dere Farotimi cannot grant interview. Simon Ekpa was restricted from all social media, including making phone calls. You understand me? So even if he can make phone calls, maybe he will talk to his wife, and then his wife will be the one to make the phone call to anybody he wishes to speak with. But I can tell you for sure that Simon Ekpa is not under custody. He is restricted. When you hear somebody is restricted, it means that person will not have access to anything, to any gadgets. Just you are hearing about house arrest. House arrest is just like the same thing with what Simon Ekpa is into. So I don't know who is giving them this information that Simon Ekpa is under the highest prison in the whole world. But that's by the way. Federal government don't come out again with another propaganda to let us know that they are not sleeping, they are doing everything. But let me read these headlines for you to know that the people we are dealing with, they are animals. And they claim to be educated, but they are educated illiterates. Bello Tunji is a dead man walking, military declares. Bello Tunji is not a Nigerian. Bello Tunji is a Nigerian. He's from Niger. Bello Tunji is from Niger. And he take refuge in Nigeria, committing all manner of crimes. How many years? Now they keep on telling us Bello Tunji is this, Bello Tunji is that. Now Bello Tunji is a walking, a dead man walking. But he cannot do anything. The same military who take armored personnel carriers, two brand armored personnel carriers with fully equipped with all kinds of guns and ammunition and bombs. Just take it to go and deliver to Bello Tunji and his boys, and turn back and tell us that the chain stuck and they couldn't call help. That is the same Bello Tunji says as living. Don't forget that Nuhu Ribado, who is a national security advisor to the Nigeria or to the president, whatever they call him, came out and made us to understand that 90% of the old arms that the bandits, the terrorists, the criminals are using in the northeast, northwest, and north central belongs to Nigerian government, belong to Nigerian military. We have not forgotten, because everything can forget, but internet never forget. And as he said this, no any military, not even a chief of defense staff have ever debunked this rumor. But now you are telling us that the Bello Tunji is a dead man walking. Okay, you cannot deport the Bello Tunji to where he came from, but rather you are looking all the way to Finland. They want to bring Simon Ekpa back. Wow. Any government that will honor such a extradition request, that government is dead. In fact, is as good as dead. Which I know that Finland is not anywhere close to that. But anyway, despite Fulani leaders' plea, Bello Tunji launches fresh attacks again. Fulanis now don't they beg this man, say make you know the strike, make you know the strike. But Bello Tunji is a stiff-necked man. He needs his money and he needs to carry out the agenda which have been signed to him by Nigerian government, because Bello Tunji is working for Nigerian government politicians. Bello Tunji, as far as I know, as far as my memory can carry me, is working for Nigerian government politicians. That is why you see he became untouchable the earlier he started working with them. Bello Tunji is dining and whining with Bello Matawale, who is Minister of Defense for State. Bello Tunji is whining with even Shetima, who happens to be the vice president of the zoo. So what are we saying? Bello Tunji keep on striking every now and then. And then we are here, you're telling us you are going to submit, or you have submitted all documentation to Finland government so that they can extradite Simon Ekpa. To come and do what? Actually, to come so that his right will be violated. To come back to Nigeria so that you trample upon his right, even when court set him free. You said he is not free. It's got to think of it. You are calling for somebody's extradition. Have you extradited Abba Kyari to US? Abba Kyari, as we know, is in the wanted book of US, who demanded for his extradition, because it have a lot to do with the imprisoned hush puppy, the Yahoo boy. So what happened to the Nigerian government extradited this? Are you think that Finland government, they are not aware of that case? The case is global and everybody is aware of it. So you couldn't extradite yours, but you want another country to extradite their own. Does it work that way? Okay, let's keep watch. Banditry allegation in court approved 60-day detention of Mieti Allah leader and 6 others. These are the people. Tomorrow now, when they go to court, they will tell you they have freed him for the interest of justice and peace. Then because Igbos have become the soft touch, they become the soft target. So nobody is going to release them for any interest of peace and justice. Anyway, my people, now here we go to start our news. Once again, Happy New Year. Hit your chest and tell, I am grateful to God for seeing this year of 2025. And my prayer to you this morning is that as you see the beginning of 2025, you must also see the end of 2025. Nothing is going to happen to you. No any forces, no any power of any kind that is going to come close to your domain or terrain, as far as my God liveth. So if you believe it, let me hear your louder amen at the comment section. The Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led government has officially submitted a extradition request to Finland for Simon Ekpa, a pro-Biafran agitator. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. Nigeria News report that this was made known by General Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff. The confirmation was made during his interview on Channels Television on the eve of New Year, which is on 31st night. General Musa revealed that all required legal documents have been sent to finance authorities for consideration. And I asked, you said Simon Ekpa is the reason why the killings is in the southeast, and somebody is citing who and who is inciting who. Who is behind the killings now? Since Simon Ekpa, since November of 2024, he was rather restricted from internet and every other thing, any other activities. And I ask again, who is responsible for the killing? That means Musa, you and your men knows who is killing the Southeasterners. And I still carry the matter, go put on top of Simon Ekpa's head. Upon that, you still get man come they ask for Simon Ekpa's extradition. Whereas the killings in the Southeast have tripled or quadrupled since the absence of Simon Ekpa, or since he was restricted from internet. Anyway, let us consider, or rather, let us proceed. The extradition request is part of Nigeria's broader effort to address Ekpa's alleged involvement in inciting unrest, promoting terrorism, and pushing for secessionist activities in the country. Pushing for secessionist activities, one under United Nations law, it is never a crime. Promoting terrorism, it is a foul and liars from the pit of hell. You people have been called so many times to come and prove your case. All of you run. Now, you want to divide the internet now and let people know that all these Biafran on the internet are giving you hope that are hopeless. We know the tragedy, we know the tactic. In fact, we are ahead of you before anything could happen. Discussing Ekpa's arrest, General Musa remarked, well, I am sure he's cooling off somewhere. During Channels Television's interview on the eve of New Year in review program on December 31st, that is Eve 2024, he added, legal action will be taken accordingly. I don't want to say too much, but I am glad he is being arrested. The Fulani government has provided most of the required documentation to the Finnish government, so I am confident the right steps will be taken. When you bring your own documentation, Simon Ekpa will then bring his own documentation. We move. Recall that Ekpa was arrested, or rather restricted, in November of 2024 by finance authorities, alongside 4 others in suspicion of terror-related offenses, including incitement to violence and terrorism financing. Following his arrest, the Lahti District Court in Finland ordered his detention based on evidence of public incitement to commit a crime with a terrorist intent in Nigeria. The separatist leader is accused of leveraging social media platforms to propagate separatist ideologies and advocate for violent secession in the southeastern Nigeria. Bello Tunji is a dead man walking, according to Musa, who knows nothing about capturing this guy, because this guy is working for them. The Nigerian military has described wanted terrorist commander Bello Tunji as a dead man walking, following his recent threats to attack communities in Zamfara State if his brother and other detained associates are not released. This was revealed in a statement issued by the military high command on Wednesday, addressing Tunji's ultimatum and ongoing concern about security operations in the region. A non-state actor threatening the government. Major General Edward Buba, Director of Defense Media Operations, who made this known, said from January to date, 31st December 2024, over 1,000 terrorist leaders and commanders as well as their replacements have been eliminated in our operations. We assure you that a similar fate awaits others, including Bello Tunji. Indeed, Bello Tunji is merely a dead man walking. It will be insulting to try to join issues and wars with the terrorists. Before him, there were other terrorists who boasted that they would deal with security forces. Today, they are all taken out. We will do the same with the other terrorist leaders like him. I am confirming to you that we have buried many of them in the battlefield because that is their date. So, the remaining ones, including Bello Tunji, are dead men walking. For those disputing the Christmas Day bombing of the Lakurawa terrorist groups' enclaves and killing of their collaborators, he said, this is what I say, or rather, this is what I will say. The first casualty of war is truth. It is always the first casualty. So it shouldn't be surprising when terrorists or their collaborators are saying things contrary to what really happened. To say what we say, to what we say, okay? It will be insulting to the military to try to work against theirs. Please, don't give in to the terrorist propaganda. They will not, and they are not happy that we have bombed them, destroying their ammunition and logistics dumps. Please, don't give in to terrorist propaganda. This is a Nigerian war for Nigerians. You see, what he's trying to tell you now is that the people they bombed, when they told us it is a secondary explosion, is now terrorists and their collaborators. My brother, you see that your country, it is dead and dead on arrival. Despite Fulani leaders' plea, Bello Tunji launches fresh attacks. Notorious and wanted bandit terrorist leader Bello Tunji had reportedly resumed violent activities along the Shinkafi Road in Zamfara State, defying recent pleas from senior Fulani leaders to abandon his threats. Intelligence source confirmed to Zagazola Makama that Tunji and his men have been targeting travelers and commuters along the road, causing widespread panic and disrupting movement in the area. The attacks come just few hours after top Fulani leaders from Shinkafi, Moriki, and Zome met with Tunji. You see, somebody are meeting with Bello Tunji, and you tell us that Bello Tunji is wanted. Can you imagine this rubbish? We're going to see what I read. Let me read again. The attacks come just few hours after top Fulani leaders from Shinkafi, Moriki, and Zumi met with Tunji to urge him to reconsider his plans for violence and to lift his blockade of the Shinkafi-Gusau Road. So Bello Tunji is even, there's a way to where you can find him. And yet, they tell him he's a wanted terrorist. Ay, God have mercy. During the meeting, the leaders appealed for calm and implored Tunji to abandon his plans for abduction and killings, particularly in Zamfara and neighbor Sokoto, okay, so that he can go another place and do it. They also urged him to release his grip of critical roads to ensure the free movement of people and goods. However, Tunji gave no guarantees during the meeting, and it now appears that their efforts were unsuccessful. Recall that Tunji had recently issued threats of reprisal following the recent arrest of his close associate, Bako Wugi, by troops of the Nigerian army. Wugi, also known as Baka Nagarba, was a key figure in Tunji's network, playing a crucial role in ransom negotiations and the collection of payments from the people they kidnapped. Some people are going to meet Tunji and they know where Tunji is, and they are a free man. Then Simon Ekpa will be repatriated, or rather extradited to Nigeria to come and face. Hi, God, have mercy. Banditry allegation court approves the detention of Miyetti Allah leader and 6 others. The Federal High Court in Abuja has granted permission to the Defense Intelligence Agenda, or rather agency, DIA, to detain Alhaji Bello Tunji, the president of the Miyetti Allah Kote Hall, alongside 6 others for 60 days to allow for investigations into allegations of banditry and illegal arms possession. Justice Emeka Nwite approved the detention following an ex parte motion filed by DIA counsel I.O. Odom. The case, listed as FSG/ABJ/CS/1875/V 2024, requested a 2-month detention period to facilitate a thorough investigation. The suspects arrested in Nasarawa State on December 11, including Badejo, Suleiman Abba, Omar Jibrin, Omar Bello, Mohammed Ayuba, Jibrin Baba, and Saidi Wakili. They were transferred to DIA custody after their arrest by troops of the Nigerian Armed Forces. According to an affidavit submitted by DIA investigator Boni Ozegbe, the suspects were involved in an attack on a military base in Nasarawa State. The assault, allegedly orchestrated by Badejo, resulted in injuries to soldiers and civilians, theft of military arms, and significant destruction of properties. Recovered from the suspects were AK-47 rifles and ammunition. The affidavit was pointed out ongoing effort to capture additional accomplices. Releasing the suspects could jeopardize the investigation and pose a serious threat to national security, Ozegbe stated. Justice Nwite granted the request permitting DIA custody for the suspects until March 3 of 2025, when the case will be mentioned in court. In a related development, Justice Mohammed Zubairu of the FCT High Court ordered the release of Badejo from the custody of the Department of State Service DSS, deeming his earlier detention without charges as unlawful. So, my wonderful people, now here we go take back break. Please use this one as you start the new year in peace. And may the good Lord continue to bless us in this year, and it shall be well with all of us. So please like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Stephen Amandia Neze. I'll be right back. Kebesiano.